Have you ever heard of the third grade reading cliff? It's a crisis that affects many students, and your child can be at risk.
Tell us the story of your struggle to read as a young child.
It was very frustrating because I'd be looking at the book, and when the teacher would say, "Oh, it's time to read," I would just kind of blankly look at it until it was like time to be done. And it was just overall frustrating because it was literally like looking at another language for me. It made me feel like just so exiled from everybody in my class because I would see them be reading chapter books and I would still be stuck here working in like books that were like in the lower grades.
Can you think of a time where Olivia's struggles affected your family?
It became pretty tough, especially as she got a little older and started having to do homework, and you're trying to help her, and she's so bright. Like when she was in first grade, second grade, third grade, but hit fourth grade, hit fifth grade, and she's struggling, and we've had to sit her down and say, okay, so this is really hard for you, and you're going to have to work twice as hard as everyone. I mean, there were many days where she was crying and she thought she was stupid and she thought she couldn't get through school. And it took a lot for her to be able to see that she could get beyond that struggle.
Olivia is not alone. I've spent decades working with children just like her, and I've seen what works. Hi, I'm Lynn Howard, Executive Director and founder of Cornerstone Charter Public School. I am a New Hampshire certified educator, Orton Gillingham clinical supervisor, and reading and writing specialist. In kindergarten through second grade, parents are often told everything's fine until third grade, when suddenly it isn't. Students are expected to read advanced texts at this point with fewer pictures, and this is when reading weaknesses come to the surface. This is known as the third grade reading cliff.
Here's what years of data tell us. In a typical classroom of up to 24 students, up to 15 students may have trouble learning to read. This is unacceptable. We know the effects on children are devastating, from low self-esteem and motivation to acting out, difficulty learning across all subjects. This ultimately limits the growth of critical thinking skills. When children can't read proficiently, school becomes a nightmare.
Can you describe the story of your anxieties trying to catch up and learn how to read with your classmates?
It's such an upsetting feeling to have that you're not doing as well as everybody else. So I would just be like, oh, can I go? Can I open my hand? Oh, my stomach hurts. And then I would leave the room just to get out of it, because it was just kind of something that I avoided, because it wasn't a good feeling to have watching everybody else succeed and knowing I can't do that. Everybody else it just doesn't feel good. So I would say, hey, can I go? And just to avoid the feeling. And I did. Because I had such high energy, I feel like I was kind of overlooked, and I was like, oh, she doesn't need this reading help. Oh, she's good. But I actually did need the reading help. So once I finally did get it, it just raised my confidence so much. I started believing in myself more, and just that overall confidence for my reading just made it so much easier.
The good news is, the third grade reading cliff is preventable. At Cornerstone Charter Public School, we screen students in kindergarten through third grade to discover who is likely to struggle. Decades of research in neuroscience and psychology and education show us exactly how the brain learns to read. Young readers need explicit, systematic instruction to decode the English language. This is the Orton Gillingham approach.
Cornerstone Chartered Public School serves the Upper Valley in Lebanon, New Hampshire. As the name Cornerstone implies, reading is just the beginning. Literacy is how children access all learning. It's how they make sense of math problems, explore science, and understand and express their ideas. This is why Cornerstone offers a full knowledge-building curriculum designed not just to teach children to read, but to build knowledge, ask questions, make connections, and become critical thinkers.
Imagine your child picking up a book and reading with confidence. Imagine homework without tears. Imagine a school where your child feels safe and curious and proud. We envision a future where all children rise with the power of literacy. This is Cornerstone.